Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
I was there yesterday. It was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's a cool shirt. We got fun designing it.
Bobby's in the house. What's up, Josh? He's nuts. What's up, Ryan? Ted?
Oh, it is a 40, isn't it?
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's big. What's up, guys?
Thursday. Oh,
No
well,
way.
The show itself is
Octavio.
the 7th and 8th. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Alright, so
What's up from Oregon? What's up, Robert? Rudy. Bill is here. Bill Freeman is here.
hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Okay, guys, as promised, SQology show coming up. It's going to be the 7th and the 8th, and it is going to be in Bixby, Oklahoma. Bixby, Oklahoma. That's Mobile Soundstage Engineering. That's going to be the 7th and the 8th. It's actually a 4-day event if you go on there, because the 5th and 6th are going to be training courses that you can pay extra to do. But the competition is the 7th and 8th. So if you're in Oklahoma or anywhere near Bixby, Oklahoma, you're definitely going to want to check that out. And then there's another event, but it is in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
September
It's close.
21st at 9 a.m. It's
Yeah.
a podcast, because I believe there's going to be a show over in the UK. But anyways, let's just stick with this Bixby, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
7th and 8th.
All right. What's up, Johnny? Loud and clear's in the house.
And there again, you can find out all
Cody.
your information, SQology, SQOLOGY, on Facebook.
Yeah.
.com. All right.
Cody
Hey, from
Bliss,
Australia.
What's
What's
going
up?
on?
How was your weekend?
That was good.
What'd you drop?
I dropped my drink.
Go get it.
I'm trying.
Okay. Yeah?
All right. Yeah, that
Get
was
the car
good.
straightened out?
I know, man. You like my shirt?
So this is the second DNF Tool Drawer shirt. I'll get those up tonight. That's my plan tonight, since we only have this show to edit. I got a bunch of little tiny things I just got to take care of.
Yeah.
So we'll have the Run DNF
Compressors
Tool
off.
Drawer.
Yeah.
But then we have the cool new
¿Qué onda,
DNF.
Juan?
So the question we asked earlier today, we're going to be working with WireCare. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with WireCare, WireCare is the company that makes all our shrink wrap. So for those of you guys that see all the stuff and you see the cool 5-star shrink wrap,
What's up, Paul?
they also sell all the Tech Flex, they sell ferrules, they sell all kinds of installation accessories. And we're going to be doing some promotion with them, and one of the things that I talked about with them is having the ability to make boxes like these. Okay,
Yep.
so boxes like these have ferrules in them, but something like this that has maybe some shrink wrap in it with maybe that logo, like a DNF logo on it instead of a 5-star logo, but like, let's say a DNF logo like that on it, and like all the accessories that it would take to do.
Did you turn the mic on? It's on? I'm just...
Yeah, the mic is on.
Okay.
Mic is on. Loud and clear in the house.
Yeah.
What's up? I gave somebody your guys' information today.
Yeah.
Over in Loud and Clear.
Yeah.
So if they call it a Viper. Anyways, so coming together with some form of
A package.
a package.
Yeah.
So
like a 2 amplifier install.
or just like odds and ends and stuff like that, so that you wouldn't have to buy like 100 ferrules of each size in order to do an install.
And then you just like
Wait.
use
I'm here.
20
Don't start
and
without
that is
me.
gone.
All right, we'll start over, Chris. Yeah. So anyways, that's something we're gonna work on with them, of course. And then if you're a shop and you want to have things like shrink wrap made for your logos, this is something that they do, of course. So if you actually like Loud and Clear If you guys wanted to get loud and clear printed on these things, that's what WireCare does for us. And they make them in a couple of different sizes.
Casey, what?
DNF did not finish. No, that's harsh,
Did
Casey.
not finish. That was good, actually. I like it. Not finish.
That'd be DNF tool drawer, Dean and Fernando.
Right here. Hang on.
Oh, did not finish. No, that's a joke though.
No.
I get it now.
Right
Ooh,
there.
No, you
Look
don't.
at that.
No. He's being serious.
Did not finish.
That's Casey.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's Casey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking about the morale stuff.
Yeah, we
He's
haven't
talking
finished.
He's talking about.
What's that, Jason?
Actually, it should be called "Did Not Ship." See,
Did
because
not
he's talking
Did
about
not
this
ship.
stuff, and you know, ooh. See, I grabbed a random box, and of course, the box I randomly grabbed was.
Look, Jason, I finished it.
See, so
Right there.
These are the Integra hybrids. Okay, so now what we're waiting for from Casey is set this guy down.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, every time, see, I keep promising him I'm going to finish my car, and he keeps promising me he's going to send me the Integra version of
Marty D is in the house.
these. So these are the Virtus nanocarbons,
What's up, Mike?
and they've just combined these two speakers together to come out with a Virtus nanocarbon Integra, which has
They look
this
really cool,
in the
man.
center
Yeah.
of it. So
Mhm.
this is what we're looking at. It's like a freaking flying saucer. How cool is that?
It's a pancake.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Mo Solutions from.
When did I spell it? Where did I put it that I spelled it right?
I don't know.
Anyways, so there we go. So good joke on Casey's part. I like that one. I did not finish. Dang! Throwing shade on a Monday. Gotta
we need
love
more
it.
than boring life.
Yes, don't worry. You'll have one tonight.
Tonight.
There'll be one out tonight. It'll be late, but you'll have a boring life tonight. We shot it yesterday, kind of like what's going on and where it's coming. But we have a bunch in the can, but we're going to put one out tonight. And it'll be fun because the ending on it, well, there isn't one. We never got around to filming the ending, but I didn't care. I was like, you know what, we're going to edit and put it up. So you'll have one tonight. And just like you didn't have a show today, there'll be another. I forgot to release it. There'll be the Monday Instagram show is going to go up tonight for that. So
If you want any shirts,
DNF tool drawer.
D-
I won't throw in DNF. Don't worry, the
run
DNF
DNF.
versions of the shirts will be up. I have a lot of stuff to do tonight. Don't plan on sleeping, so we're gonna be doing all that fun stuff. Get that up. What's going on with 5-star key rings?
Elias.
Nothing yet. As long as you keep seeing this box right here in the background of any of our videos, that means we haven't got the laser up and running yet. So
it's sad.
it's very sad.
But it's like we don't have.
You should do a boring life with me on my fan. We are going to. We're going to. You didn't think we would? Were you kidding me? We're totally going to do that. You know, we're going to meet him. His daughter's celebrating her birthday. He's kind enough to let us go with him.
That's awesome.
To Disney, so we're all going to hang out and celebrate his daughter's birthday, do all kinds of birthday stuff. That is screaming for a boring life video.
Yes, that's
So,
nice. That's nice.
and it's going to be fun to try to keep him G-rated.
Yeah. Right. No, but I'm sure he does.
Right? Isn't it, it's like a 70s Camaro Thunderbird retro shirt was the idea we have here, was going with this. So that, you know, because we're old like that, right, Marty? And I told you the Marty thing, right?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, man, I feel so old. I was like, how old are you, bro? He goes, I just turned 47. And I go, just turned. It's like, yeah. I was like, dude, I've been 47. He's like, oh. It's like, you win. Great. Will you have a video on the Audison Bit 1 anytime soon? Not the Bit 1. Right now we're trying to get our hands on the Bit HD. And if I can get my hands on one of those, we'll do that video.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's the idea.
Thoughts on the Hertz HADSP? I haven't seen you guys install.
We don't really do much with that particular DSP, which
No.
is weird. I don't even know if we
weird.
have that in stock.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Yeah.
I was thinking about grabbing one the other day.
Yeah, we do.
There's no J-rating. There's
no
There's no
G-rating.
G-rating when it's around. Yeah, I gotta pull the Hertz DSP and do that. So, but before we get to that, right off the bat, we have the ARC DSP, which is sitting behind Fernando, that we have to get to.
Yeah.
And then we have the Zabco coming. At some point, that'll be here, so I'm pretty excited about this Avco.
Yeah.
Do a mini DSP. So, like, if mini DSP wanted to send me one, that would be awesome. But I got other companies that are sending me theirs that kind of take precedence. So, you know, I gotta go with what they're sending me. So yeah. Hertz Cento Pros, very nice speaker.
Nice speakers.
Nice. That's a brand new speaker they just came out with. The Centos were kind of designed. The idea behind the Cento was because they did away with energy and high energy, and they brought out Milli Pro, Milli Legend, Cento Pro. So they went from 2 speaker lines out to a lot more 3 speaker lines essentially, because like the Milli Legend really wasn't part of that, but you know, like the Milli Pros were designed to kind of go after that high energy, but they don't, they're better. And then like the Cento and the Cento Pros were like high energy, and so it's like they've really expanded out the line. Really nice stuff. But the energy has been discontinued. You can still find bits and pieces of it because there was lots of it. But I'm leaving at 5, so don't come until after 4
unless you are.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay, we talked about that.
Yeah, like I said, the energies are.
Hold on. Local car service installed my husband's system in his car, and they ran his power wire under his car. Is that safe? What? So like we live here in Florida where it just rains, okay, and that's it. Like we get rain, we get mud, and I would be okay with it if it was covered in some form of a loom. Now, we don't live up north where it snows and they salt the roads, and 6 months out of the year you're dealing with crap.
Hi, Jen.
I was talking to Mike. Okay, cool. So if it's just a power wire underneath the car, I would not be comfortable with that at all unless it was in some form of protection. So like a 0 gauge. Oh, hey, it's Jen. You said hi, Jen, right? Okay, sorry, Jen. Hey, what's going on? Rockford Jen in the house.
I'm paying attention today.
Yeah, you're on point today. Yay! Give me Wonder Twin powers activated.
There you go.
Anyways, I would not be comfortable with it unless it was in some kind of a sleeving. And if it's something like a 0 gauge, I would have some kind of really good sleeving on it, like Home Depot style, underground style sleeving.
Because a lot of these people, like SPL, they run the power wire underneath the cars.
But they have
like
sleeving.
You said, they have
you just
big sleeving.
Yeah, the big gray
something
stuff
that can protect the wire, definitely.
Yeah. So that's the deal. If it's just zip tied to the frame, I mean, sure, the fuse will keep it from catching on fire, but I wouldn't do it.
No.
But that's just me.
No.
What's the difference between speakers that are amplified and speakers that aren't? Well, okay. I mean, every speaker needs an amplifier in order to move. So the difference is power. Okay. Where did it go? Where's it at? Okay,
Where
hold
are
on.
you going?
I was looking for... All right. Grab me. Hold on to this.
I'm holding it. Probably you can even see this.
Okay, so the real question is, speakers that are amplifier, speakers are not, is these two things that we're looking at right here. This is a 50 watt by 4 Rockford amplifier. This is a 50 watt by 4 IC power chip that comes in your little head unit that you just bought. So your Alpine, Pioneer, Kenwood, Sony, you name a brand, this is the amplifier here. This is 50 watts by 4 BS, and this is a 50 watt by 4 PBR. All right, 50, 50. Okay, now, the question is, what do you think is going to work better? This 50 watt by 4 or that 50 watt by 4? Reality is this is 18 watts by 4 if you go full frequency on it, and this is more like 75 by 4 if you go full frequency power handling on it. Because this puts out about, actually it's more than that, because this is 400 watts.
Yeah.
This is about 110 watts a channel,
That's a good
but
one.
still 50 watts by 4. So, the difference is, when you look at the speakers you're buying, there's an efficiency rating on those speakers. Some speakers are more efficient than others. So if you buy, let's say, a $50 set of Pioneers, they're going to be very efficient. When you're running something like this to them, they're going to sound good and they're going to do what they need to do. When you posted something like this on them, they're going to sound even better. Jen loves her some Rockford. I wonder why. Anyways, so they're going to sound even better because now they're going to be like way louder, sound way cooler. Now, if you take something like this speaker here, the Morel Integra hybrid that we were just talking about, This doesn't have all that. This is not an efficient speaker. So when I go and I put something like this on it, it's not going to sound that good. You're going to get very little out of it. It needs something like this to get up and dance. So that's more the answer to that question.
All right.
Okay.
He said
PBR
he's
is
looking.
good beer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
You sound way cooler. All right. Hang on. I'm trying to find this one.
Find
he
it.
typed 2 times this question. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Take your time. You can go all the
All
way
right, hang
forward.
on. I'm done. Okay, $200 budget. Recommendation for 6.5 components. Running off a Pioneer 9605. I'm listening everything from hip hop.
Okay. So we got a $200 budget. That's going to put us into some TSAs.
Yeah,
Pioneer TSAs.
Mhm.
There again, very efficient speakers. Will work great off an IC power amp. No problem. It'll dance all day long, sound good, and be right around the money you want to spend. Prime, not Punch, Prime. You'd have to go Prime. We're under $200, so that's going to put us into something, maybe a Prime. Punch is going to be way more than that.
Okay, so
Polarity Pops.
Polarity Pops.
So Ada's talked. So I called Ada the other day, and
Yeah.
we were talking because I don't even know if I want to go down this road because it's just mind blowing. So, he was fortunate enough to sit in the ARC Audio training course at Knowledge Fest, where Brian, our buddy Brian from ARC, who is the world champion right now on sound quality, talked about how he doesn't use a tape measure in order to figure out time correction. He uses polarity pops.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so what? And so we had the opportunity Saturday?
Friday.
Friday or Saturday?
Saturday. Because I was not here Friday.
To do that, in which case we used our Sheffield Labs Polarity Pop, because the Sheffield Labs version of, which you can get on iTunes, it's a whole test disc you can buy from Sheffield Labs, and it's got everything on it, all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like the CD that we keep asking Jeff to give us, which is the I Ask You disc, but a little different, a little better. And the polarity pops on that, or we have it stored on the phone, so when we can't do... Anyways, we were doing that, and oh my gosh, like...
That was pretty cool.
It was really cool. So
We're
essentially
like,
what you do is you're listening to that pop, pop, pop sound, and you're adjusting the delay for the first off, you have to figure out what speaker is the farthest away, and then as you're adjusting the driver's front out to its delay point, you're literally, the pop just moves across the dash until right there, and you're done. And it's pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool, definitely.
So we'll talk more about that as time goes on. What is dB overlap? So that is just a really nice way of saying, hey, all right, so if you set for perfect sound, meaning no clip, no distortion, no nothing, no red lights, no square waves, no nothing, that's 0 dB. So you find out where on your radio is the 0 dB point, and you're going to play a 1000 or 40 hertz test track, and you're going to look at your oscilloscope or your DD1, and there's going to be no distortion whatsoever. So let's say if your radio goes up to 40, it's at 38. Then you go to your amplifier gain, and there again you're playing a 0 dB track, meaning there's no gain on the track or no negative gain on the track, as it were, and boom, you're done. Now what you've done is you set this up for a 0 dB, no clip, no distortion playback. Now you think that would be perfect. However, the reason why it's not, and everyone talks about gain overlap, is because not every piece of music is recorded the exact same way. There's different forms of compression, there's different forms of loudness, there's different, when it was recorded has a lot to do with it. If you want to have a real fun Google loudness war, thank you Andy for that one. That was a rabbit hole I didn't want to go down for hours of my life. Anyways, so what that allows, why you would do overlap, so like subwoofers, people do 10 dBs, negative 10 dBs of gain overlap, and then for mids and highs, I typically do 5 dBs negative overlap. If you get to DD1 plus, you can pick whether what you want to do, 3, 6, 5, 10, 22, 2.5, doesn't matter. I don't think you do 2.5. But anyways, you can adjust what you want your gain overlap to be. And what that is for is you're compensating now for something that is recorded poorly. So that you can go like, okay, I like to refer to it as headroom. So like if I'm listening to, let's say, some old school rock and roll, which is where I play most of my stuff, it's not going to be as recorded as good as the stuff I'm listening to that comes out now. So I want a little bit more volume there to play with it. That's what that's for. Okay. Now, then again, you can also, another position of where you use gain overlap is you want your fronts maybe to be louder than your rears. You find your point and then you put these down. But there's a lot in it, but what I just said is the basics. Let's go with that. Loudness horse, yes.
Yes, Nick. Yes, you can run those Morel Maximus 6 run of the Pioneer deck refill. Yeah, I mean that's the Maximus. It's fine, but
that's the
first
bottom
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those will work because
yeah.
those have small magnets.
Mm-hmm.
So those will be fine.
But
keep in mind, remember, something like this guy right here, very nice. Also, they have the 455 U from Alpine. You have the Kicker Key. These are all very small amplifiers.
They have the Stinger, the 300.
I mean, personally, I'd just go with the Kicker Key and be done with it because the Kicker Key will give you DSP and equalization and just sound amazing. Fuses are really to protect the car, dead shorts, and wire, etc. I'm guessing that was a question he's answering. But yes, so fuses underneath the hood are to protect the car, not the amplifier. Fuses back. If your amplifier like this one, okay, so let's go back and we'll address that. So this amplifier here has all kinds of cool protection built into it, so that if it sees any form of a short, it automatically shuts the amplifier off. However, when you have two of these and you're sharing the same power wire, if for some reason, by chance, like, oh my gosh, if there's a 1% of 1% chance that for some reason that circuit doesn't work, it can backfeed into the other amplifier, taking out both the amplifiers. If that is a concern of yours, which rightly I guess it should be, then fusing between the two amplifiers, like if you run a 4-gauge back, is perfect. It will not help or hurt anything. It will help. It'll keep the two amplifiers from blowing each other up. Now, if your amplifier already has fusing built into it, does the ACM? The ACM does. Could you grab that real quick?
Yes.
See, I got it right this time. I watched the video the other night.
I was like, what are you talking about? Nothing like that, man.
So, like the ACM, this guy here has a fuse built into it. So for this amplifier, really all you'd want is a power distribution block. As long as the other amplifier that you're pairing it up with, like if you're doing multiple ACMs, then having a distribution block would be fine for this, because this fuse will protect these amplifiers if one of them should do something silly, and the protection built into the amplifier to protect it from doing that somehow magically fails. And that's the reason why the Q class comes with a fuse holder, which actually they don't come with fuse holders anymore. We had to find out what that was, because if you guys have watched us put in the 1005 Q class, it comes with a big warning in the box. As it turns out, the reason why that even exists in the first place is because somebody did something stupid, and that was the immediate solution to the problem.
For for two-seater car, it's better to have amazing aftermarket speakers in the front and stock in the back, or better to have a really good speaker in both.
Okay, this is a question designed around rear fill. Do you need rear fill? Do you just need front stage? What do you need? My answer to this is shoot your load on the front speaker. Spend all the money you can on the front. The rear speaker is an effects channel. It's basically just there to, like when you go to a concert, you're walking up, or when you go into a bar, when you go out everything, there's reflection behind you. There's sound behind your head. It just doesn't disappear. Okay? So you need something in the rear. This is my thought on the matter. There are some people out there that don't feel this way. Perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
But for me, I still need no rear fill. No, Marty, you need rear fill. It's 2 more speakers you can put in the car. Anyways, and this is how I feel, honestly. Because like these right here, the ones we keep talking about, these are my rear fill. This is what's made to go in the back of my car. I wanted, because I like rear fill. I want something back there so that when the sound passes over me, it just doesn't go. So Anyways, like I said, this is just my opinion. Now, most of the time when I'm doing rear fill, I'm applying some form of bandpass crossover, which means that I'm blocking the high frequencies and limiting, of course, the mid-range. So it is a true effects channel. It's just there to add just a little bit. Most of the time when we're tuning a car, we'll literally sit in the car and we'll be doing this.
Just barely. Yeah.
It's just there. Like you could turn it on and off, and you might not even know it's not there, but you'll know it's there. It's just like, oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there, yep,
that's it.
I hear it. And that's how we use our rear channel. Now, if your factory speaker will complete that for you, awesome. Now, some people really like rear fill. Like, for example, Sean with the Camaro. He's got two. He wanted us to put the side speakers in and the rear speakers in. So he's got 6x9s and 6.5s, and he's got a 4-channel amp just powering those, and they can never be loud enough.
Oh,
never.
Turn
up them gains. Hey Dean, turn up them gains. Turn up them gains. Okay, so each person is a little different.
No,
it comes to qualifying the customer or the end user, such as yourself, and deciding what you like. There is no right or wrong answer. That's the joy of sound. You pick what you like. And who cares? Ain't no one else sitting in your car.
I have a very bad hearing in my left ear.
Ooh,
nothing
sounds
above
like Artie.
4K.
Ooh, dang. So soundstage is hard.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Soundstage is hard for me. I appreciate the rear.
These days.
The rear speakers. Just allow me to hear better.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, like Artie. Artie is partially deaf in one ear too. So like, soundstage doesn't exist in his world. He just needs sound. I mean, in my world is, with the ringing in my ears, it's ridiculous. I mean, I was sitting there last night going, "Oh my God, just shut up,"
Yeah. Some people like to
pyramid. Let's not go down that road, JC. We started that before, not tonight.
Okay, so
Kurt,
Jacob's saying
that's just wrong, Kurt.
Can you do a short video about hooking up back module to the DSP using a fiber optic cable touch line?
Yeah. I mean, if you mean just like a standalone where we're not actually putting it in the car, I mean, it's pretty straightforward from that point.
So I'm going to be running Memphis.
Yep. Yeah, it ran.
Ooh, it's gone. Okay, right here. Memphis 400 watts and all my door speakers. There, or hertz. The high energies. Let me see if I can find that over here. High energies and in the front and the back. Just want to know if you will sound good.
Why wouldn't it sound good?
Yeah.
My rear fills a three-way component set. There you go.
Really?
Exactly. Hey, I mean, there again, it's ringing in ears, white noise generator. Yeah, no doubt, man. Holy cow! All right, let's scroll
all the way up.
We're all the way up.
It's
okay.
All the way up.
Just blow my windows out. Hey, I want to hear it from US 19, baby. Play it all the way. More about Ada's tuning technique, speaker pop. So the idea is that, especially what you're doing is you're playing the polarity test. Okay, so first off, you have to make sure all your speakers are in polarity. So you have to have a polarity tester first, and then you find out which speaker is the farthest. Usually, it's going to be either the subwoofer or the passenger front speakers are typically the farthest away from your head. Sometimes it might be the passenger rear speaker. Sometimes, but for the most part, if you're band passing those off like I just suggested, it really I'm not. Yeah, it really doesn't matter that much. So what you're doing is you're playing that pop, and as this is going to be your zero speaker. So the one that's the farthest is always the zero speaker. So there again, it's a new technique, so we haven't had a lot of time to play with it much, but essentially for what we did is and there's more to it. So we're not experts at this at all. It's just something new to try out. It was like it worked very well the first time. But you just play your polarity track, and as it pops, you can physically hear the speaker move where you want it to be. So instead of taking a tape measurement, putting that number in, and adjusting level control, it's just pop, pop, pop. Now, the funny thing is I know Ada has talked to Andy about this.
Okay.
And Andy put out a whole big post
about that.
About this. So there again.
It's all zero.
Did you read that ad, by the way? Did you see Andy put out a big whole thing on him? So apparently you really got under his skin with this one. Hey, you know,
Scott.
If this is Brian's technique, there again, Brian from ARC, he's the world champ right now. So, I mean, hey, can't fault that. Tweeters in a 2007 Silverado and an 8-pillar, easy to replace. Yeah, they're not bad. They're small size tweeters, so usually you have to do a little bit of massaging just to get them in there. But they are smaller size, so
make sure you grab a small size tweeter.
It's all zeros, then group delay. Yeah. But we'll talk more about that as time goes on. That'll be fun. Should I power new speakers on the factory amp or get a 4-channel amp? There again depends on the situation. So if you're doing, like, let's say a Toyota system with JBL, those are all 2-ohm speakers. You put a 4-ohm speaker on there, you're going to lose some volume. If you go with a more efficient speaker, you might get it back a little bit in efficiency, but it's always going to be a little less power. You're going to go down a little bit. If it's something like a Bose that uses wacky ohm loads, well, then you're just going to get a wacky output response. So that's why things like the Amp Pro and AR and stuff like the iData AR exist, so that you can put an amplifier in there and get that sound back up. Plus, the other thing you have to keep in mind too is, depending on the system you're using, if it has some form of equalization in there that is specific to the speaker, by putting in another speaker, it's going to change all that. So that is the big key. Like when you see us using an RTA to look at what is coming out of that factory radio or that factory amp, and you see that the funky curve that it has, that's made to make that factory speaker sound better. When you change that with an aftermarket speaker that has totally different characteristics, that curve doesn't apply anymore. There again, you're going to get funky results. So if you're just replacing speakers because they're blown and you need something to go in there, fine. If you're trying to replace speakers because you want it to sound better, figure it out and don't do it that way.
All right, this adjusting gains.
Adjusting gains when setting digital time alignment. How do you determine the adjustment? Is it measured by ear? So you always want to adjust your gains first, because whether you're delaying or not, remember you still have one speaker that is a 0 point, which means that's at maximum level. So you do your gains first. And then you EQ, and then you do your equalization, time alignment, and whatever that is you're going to do. But gains are always first, because that is not going to change. So especially the equalization. So there again, time alignment. Let's say channel 2, which is passenger front. That's always going to be at that level. You're adding delays to the other speakers, so that is always going to be clipping. Okay.
See you, Mike. Thank you.
See you, Mike. Have a good weekend or good week. Anyways, and then equalization works the same way. You set your gains before the equalization, obviously, because let's say we've been in plenty cars where there's a 1,000 hertz spike in the car, and we need to gain that down. Well, if you go and then do your gains after the fact, and you're playing a 1,000 hertz test track, and you're like, oh my god, well guess what? You're gonna rail up that. Well, no, because all those other frequencies need to play normal. So gains are first.
All right.
If you want to know more about gain, check out Diamore's video called The Gain Train. Okay? For all you guys, it's just fun to watch. Those of you guys who don't know who Diamore is, I don't know how you don't, but just in case.
SMD.
When you're looking at one of these guys right here.
DD1!
This guy, okay? Yeah. Diamore, he has a YouTube channel and he has a bunch of classes on there. And one of them is called The Gain Train. It's a awesome video to just to sit there and go, okay. Okay. So anyways.
Bobby. So when you guys come to Cali for Knowledge Fest, I kidnap you guys and we go to the Star Wars land.
Our Star Wars Lands opens this week. Or next, yeah, this week. Opens this week. Star Wars Land Orlando opens.
Yeah, I just kidnap me. I'm fine. Okay.
Dude, that's like a 2.5-hour drive the other way.
I'm fine. Yeah. Okay.
It's a long, boring drive.
I have a 2015 Chevy Silverado with an 8-inch screen. I'm going to use the Amp Pro. Should I use the audio control LC6-1200 or with the DSR-1 and get another amplifier?
Why don't you just get the D6-1200?
Yes.
I mean, the LC is cool, but the D comes with the DSP built into it.
I'm assuming he already have the LC6-1200.
So we've done plenty of the Amp Pros in that truck that go out of the Amp Pro into the DSR-1 off to whatever amplifiers we want. It's a very cool combination. We do it all the time. The only thing that I can say is for that, power the DSR-1 off of the remote turn on out of the Amp Pro. Turn the amplifiers on with accessory power that you get over in the passenger not side of the dash
compartment.
Yeah, a little side of the dash. Is the brown wire over there?
No, it's a gray.
Is it gray now?
It's a gray one.
There's a little gray wire over there.
It's a gray now?
Yeah, it's gray. Well, it used to be brown.
No,
So it's gray now.
Gray.
Okay, anyways, there's an accessory wire over in the side of the dash on the passenger side.
Very
Use
thin.
that to turn on the amplifiers, because what happens is you get a turn on pop.
Yep.
And there's no way to add a delay from the DSR-1 software, so it needs a delay. So that's what we do in order to not go pow. It's kind
They
of
don't
cool.
go pow. They go like.
It goes pow, and it's like. Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, we do DSR-1, Amp Pro, DSR-1, amplifier combination all day long.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. See.
Or just get the D.
Get the D. Okay. Word.
Worded wrong, ring in your ears, same here. When sleeping, use baby noise maker or mobile phone app to generate white noise, wash the ringing out. My wife snores. It pretty much kills it all. I have ceiling fans on high, so I can't sleep without a ceiling fan, so my ceiling fan makes tons of noise. It has one speed, go, and that's basically creates white noise for me, so the ringing in my ears calms down. But every now and then, it doesn't work, and it just gets really bad.
No, Jeff, we have any.
So, all right, with the Linkwells,
Linkwitz,
whatever. The radios, the big Android-based radios. I met a girl at Knowledge Fest that sells a ton of those for the F-150 and has nothing but great success with them. You know, we didn't hit record on any of these.
Really?
Yeah, so we're a half hour in and we haven't hit record. That sucks.
That is some.
I gotta do half the show. Awesome.
Woo. Okay, so.
Will the DSR-1 stop bass roll-off? No. Because it's not designed to stop bass roll-off. It's just bass roll-off. So bass roll-off is caused when the two signals stop moving in tandem and the subwoofer doesn't get any louder. You can EQ before it, you can EQ after it, but you can't fix it per se. The AccuBass in the audio control is designed to, when you find the voltage where it stops, is to increase the voltage going forward. It's basically some form of a loudness boost at a certain voltage that allows it to move up in tandem. There's really no way other than with something like that to fix it. Amateurs. Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the first time that we did this.
I know.
Do you know any installers in Chicago area that do similar works that you do?
What's your boy?
Showtime Audio. They're in Chicago. I don't remember the other guy.
Go see Marty. He's somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Hi, from Chicago. Hi, Dan. Go see Dan.
Yeah.
All right, scroll it down some.
Okay.
What does it say? Diamore amps cost
5 to 8K for type of components. Yeah.
Star Wars Open Thursday. Well, okay, so Diamore's got more than just that one amp coming out. They're coming out with the new mini amps that are going to be way more affordable. So don't worry, Christian. If you have your heart set on one of their small,
they're gonna make a 4, a 2, a 5.
They're gonna make a whole bunch of them.
Whole line, yeah.
Napper
I'm in the burbs.
I'm in the burbs. Well, there you go. Go see him anyways, because he's got all the cool cars.
Yeah.
I have a 2019 Camaro. Can I fit an 8-inch speaker in the rear side panel and a 3-inch mid-range in the dash corner? No. No on the side panel. No, because it would be pointless. I mean, you could, but you're not going to get 8-inch worth of sound through that little tiny hole unless you rebuild the whole side panel.
There you go. Check www.soundsplus.com.
There you go. Check that out. And then as far, what did we fit up in top? We went with, we put tweeters up in the top of his corner, and that was a 2.5 inch. There's a 2 inch in the dash of the Camaro. So the 3.5 inch, no, it's really tight up in that dash. But there again, I mean, you don't, I mean, high frequency mid range. Hey, look at that! I just so happen to have a really sexy pair of See, like, there's a bunch of manufacturers that make these now. And this just so happens to be the cool Morel pair. These are really nice. This is actually, so there's 3 of these across the front of that Camaro. And we know this because we put this in the center and then we went tweeters in the corner. We could have done just 3 of these, but he really likes high frequency tweeter.
Turn it up.
So yes, exactly. So we went with these in the center. Now you could also do the Kenwoods.
You can do the Kenwoods.
Okay.
Audio Frog made.
What's going in Dean's Camaro? Oh shush.
Audio Frog made the 2.5.
Hey Johnny.
3.
Yeah, Audio Frog also makes some. There's a bunch of companies that are making them now.
What's on, Johnny?
So I mean, Audison, Hertz.
Yeah.
Audison makes a pair.
Prima, Audison, yeah.
So there's the Prima has one. Yeah, so there's a bunch of them out.
Just buy the Illusion, the 3.5.
They won't fit. It's a 3.5. We just got done saying the 3.5 won't fit, dude. So sad. So sad. Take your time. Take a drink. You good? Is there a dash kit for 2011 Corolla? I have no idea. Dash kits. Okay, where do you find dash kits? Something like a Corolla, you're going to go to best
Pack Audio.
pack-audio.com or metroonline.com to find all your dash kit needs. So would I be able to fit the Flax 3.5s in that spot? No.
No, it's too small.
Flax isn't a 3. It's a little bit smaller. It's like a 2.5. Ooh, that's a tough one. Because like that's the man. I don't know. It'd be close because it is a smaller driver. Because the Flax is smaller than the like I got those to fit in the Toyota. So you might be able to fit those. Because I only had to do minimal cutting to get it up in the dash of the Toyota, and the Toyota's a 2.5 inch or 2 inch. So yeah, you might be able to fit those. Yeah, that'd be close. It'd be really close. I mean, you'd be up there just filing little pieces away to get it up there. So yeah, I think it'll be okay.
Hardy say, yo, just want to let you know, guys, that my Forerunner sounds awesome. Thank you, guys. You're welcome, Hardy.
What frequency max on those Morel high frequency mid range?
Do you have it?
19K. It's 319K is basically with 84.5 dBs of efficiency.
Nick.
Power handling is 40 watts with an 80 watt max. Yeah.
There you go.
And they're really sticking on that 40 watts, not going to lie, because I think we put way too much power to it the first time. We learned the hard way. But yeah. And those are mine, so I can do whatever I want. Okay. I think I'm going to go 6.5 inch Flax in the front and leave the stock in the back for right now and add a 10 inch sub. Yeah. So we just did, in Sean's, he has a 12 inch ported R-Type because he really likes the way the R-Type sounds, but he's moving back up to Michigan because he's crazy. And
for a week.
So we took out the 12. He took out his 12, and then he just wanted a sub in there. So we actually went with the factory 12 inch. Was it the 12 or the 10?
That was the 12.
Factory 12. L7 T box.
Yeah.
Just a little crappy wedge, man. And wow, dude,
that was a lot.
That banged in the back of that thing. It was pretty crazy.
He was like, oh wow.
Yeah. It was like, whoa, yeah, no doubt.
JBL Infinity has a 2 mid. Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I like how they do that because you can add their mid to any one of their 6.5 inch components. Thank you all for what you do to the community. Y'all are awesome. Keep on. Well, no doubt. Any head unit y'all would recommend in the 250 to 300 range that is awesome, singled in or doubled in? When you say head unit, you mean like a screen? I mean, now the $300 price range should pretty much get you anything. I mean, I believe like even the W650 Alpine is going for right around that price. Pioneer makes something around that price. I mean, you can get into CarPlay and Android Auto now for that price point. So, I mean, is there anything that's just like killing at that price? No, they just come with a lot of features and they sound okay. I mean, you know, it's still like anything else. You're going to get okay stuff at that price. You know, the 996 and the 8400 or the 8500 or whatever it is, those are still $1,000 for a reason. Marty saw your post and we'll...
so he saw Marty's post and he's actually going to visit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go visit.
That's actually close to that.
It's awesome.
Dude, let me tell you what. Marty has the store that I wish He's like, come work for me. I was like, no, it snows. Not a chance.
Yeah.
But his
but
store is
it's
just
awesome. It's beautiful.
freaking amazing. That whole area there. It's like, God. W650 or PRS80? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Really what it comes down to is the W650 is going to give you all the creature comforts and things that are available that most people want nowadays. A PRS80 is going to give you an EQ from the early 2000s with Bluetooth that sucks. So my opinion would be get a W650 and then get a DSP to go on top of that, and then you'll be like,
you
oh,
get
damn.
used to it.
And then you'll be like, wow, that is awesome. No, I would never get used to snow. I can tell you that right now. I came from snow. I've been back in it. I would never go there again. So the snow doesn't hurt. It just sucks. No, it hurts. Are you kidding me? Dude, I've been here in Florida for 30 years. So snow right now, pussy. It's the easiest, big wussy. So no, not gonna happen. I went through car audio lab withdrawals. Mark, you and me both, and we tried to film. Let me tell you what. Last week was the worst filming week we've ever had. We have a new strategy that we're trying to get in place to where we have schedules that we're trying to keep to, and we had scheduled stuff that was supposed to happen last week, and we spent 5 hours.
Yes.
5 hours filming. Nothing.
Yeah.
We got nothing to show for because everything that we filmed, because shit just didn't work the way it was supposed to, and it was terrible. So this week we're gonna go give it another college try with what we have to do this week.
I think this week is gonna be better.
Definitely. I mean, it's a much easier thing, but no, last week just man,
nothing works.
The only positive thing that came out of last week, was I managed to get speaker wires into my driver's door.
That's what Christians say. That's it. Just one door.
One door. We got one door, wire, speaker, and I was like, but that's a good thing because that means that was the harder door.
And I fixed my tool drawer. That's it.
So that in itself was an amazing feat, which means that I'm one step closer to Nirvana, which is putting this cool stuff in my car. So, as Casey says, that was too funny. Anyways, enjoy the 911 Hyundai Veloster. Any more a Hyundai video? Any more of the plans that format with the customers and such? No, Keith. Those were filmed for a specific purpose. Bringing the customers in is really hard. People don't like having a camera put in their face. We know this because at Knowledge Fest we ask everyone to come and they're all kind of scared. The kid that
they
was
look at you
in
like,
that video,
no.
He was down for it, and that was cool. And then some people were like, "You look contrived." He's like, "No, dude, there's a camera in a guy's face who literally had no intentions of having a camera in his face." A lot of people just don't want the camera in their face. So
everyone is a top fan.
Yeah, and it was nice that they let us film them do that because we knew it was something you guys have always wanted. But to do a video like that, probably not going to happen. But never say never. It's just not anything that's in the works, Your shop is so organized, the amount of space. And it honestly, like, this stuff here is driving me crazy. This whole
thing.
It's making it very annoying.
OCD,
So, actually, we're hopefully in the next month or two we'll have that all taken care of, and life will be great, and I'll be back happy again. But right now,
we have magnets, so
we got magnets, so we're one step closer because we got magnets. Yeah, that's right.
When sitting amp gains, should I use 0 dB or negative dB?
So, when you're setting up to find, so there again through the gain train, check that out, Diamore. Your radio you want to set to 0 dB. You want to find out what the distortion of your radio is, and then depending on the gain overlap structure that you're going for, if you want no gain overlap whatsoever, meaning you just want it to be what you see is what you get, 0 dB is fine. More than likely, though, you're going to want to set it to -5 just so you can have some headroom, some ability to play music a little bit louder than the crappy recording that you got. Go ahead.
I'm just reading this. What do you think about the new stock stereo like the Corolla 2020? They are like a tablet. What if I have a setup to add?
Don't
do
talk
you
with your
think?
hand in front
I'm
of your
sorry.
mouth.
Do you think?
Do you think they sound good?
To stay with? It's hard to find something to replace the tablet. No, you can add. You can
what
keep
DSP
the
is
tablet.
for.
Yes.
Keep the tablet.
Keep the radio. Keep the factory radio. We can add whatever you want.
So here's the deal. These manufacturers are coming out with the tablet-style radios, like the Accord that we just did, the Monster video on, the 220 Toyota Corolla. All that stuff is fine and dandy. That is why things like the Halo 9 and the Elevate exist, because those radios are what's going to replace those. That's why Pioneer came out with their 6 or 7 inch and their 8 inch or whatever it is, panel screens. They're just going with the flow of the market. So right now, that 2020 Corolla, there's nothing we can do to it other than add amplifiers. But that's not to say in the near future or the not so distant future, we'll say that, not so distant future, we won't have solutions for that type of product. There's lots of things that are happening in this world. So you got to remember a couple things. One, manufacturers, like every radio manufacturer out there, makes money by selling radios. So they need to keep that profit coming in. So if the car manufacturers are going to make it harder for them, that's fine. It's what they do. They'll change, they'll adapt, they'll come out with solutions for the problem. Whether it'll be in the next year or the year after that, it's going to be the near future. What we've been hearing from these manufacturers when they talk to us is that there are plans in place to deal with these headaches. It's just a matter of time and how are people going to want them. That's the key. You know, it all comes back to right now, you know, is this the direction these car manufacturers are going to go? Is everyone going to go to this, whether you love it or not, tablet-style dash? If so, well, then they will keep going down that road with solutions. The first two solutions you're going to see for something like that is AMP is working on, which you guys have seen before, as solutions for the Camaro. The Elevate is going to just drop right into place inside of the Camaro dash, and boom, there you go. They've also on the show told us that they're going to have a Jeep Wrangler.
Hey, Chris.
Which we have seen the Jeep Wrangler fitting.
Chris Bennett's in the house.
And then you have companies like Chris Bennett that have audio
Bennett.
control. I
Yep.
said that. What did you think I said?
Bennett.
No, I said Bennett, who just got back from his wonderful Disney vacation.
Nice,
with the
that was
fam.
good.
Actually
That's
took
good.
time off.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And he did it
What?
during the week, so I couldn't go. But, you know, they're going to make plug-and-play solutions that are going to allow you to integrate with the factory amplifier or factory systems for those of you that don't want to replace the radio. So, you know, there is no doom and gloom that everyone's like, oh, we're not going to be able to do this. Oh, we're not going to be able to do that. No, of course we're going to be able to do that. These companies all need to make money. So things like all-pass filters and de-equalization and dash kits that don't, all that stuff is coming. It's just coming, and it takes time. I mean,
time and money.
that cool MFT1 Maestro dash kit that's right there behind that.
Whoa,
that guy. Okay, what that's gonna do for Ford is gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to take your 8-inch screen out, put this in place, put a 7-inch touchscreen in the dash. Still could keep all your knobs and your buttons, and they're all gonna work.
Oh,
that's gonna be insane. Yeah. Did you see Matt from iData posted his Fusion that he just did? Yeah. So he got it working. They got it working up in his Fusion. So and
I actually
so
close.
It's
excited,
so close that the software is coming. So it's like, dude, So I'm excited. For me, this is the coolest time to be in car audio because there's so many solutions coming down the pipe. There's so many companies that are actually like doing stuff that we actually want. It's great.
Yeah.
One DSP I have a Dayton and is.
Yeah, like somebody said, and he said he got a DSP. So
hello, Monday Cardio Talk. What? Okay. When will audio control module for the Chrysler Dodge Ram be released? It was announced around Dallas. So you're talking about the
control module.
No, okay. So they're coming out with the
load resistors.
Load resistors for those. And then, so...
When?
I don't know. Soon. I guess that would be the easiest thing. But there again, depending on what you have for your Dodge Chrysler Ram, you might be able to just buy the Amp Pro 2, which will wake up your radio into the amp mode, and then you just plug in your RCAs and you're done. So remember, we have that video on the Amp Pro Dodge that is specifically designed to turn your radio into the amplified version of it. And soon, which I think this is actually shipping right now, this guy here does the same thing. So this is the D, so you can plug this into a D. You could buy this harness in the DSR1 and plug it right in, and it'll take your factory non-amplified radio and make it amplified. So there's a lot of neat stuff. I can't find the new pack Amp Pro 3. I don't think it's called an Amp Pro 3, it's called an Amp Pro 2. It's like just a .2 version. We have them in stock. You can give Paul a call, or, you know,
Have you ever built your own custom box?
I built subwoofer enclosures for a very long time. Remember, I've been doing this for 30 years. So the first 20 years of my career were building boxes. That's like everyone else. I want to build boxes. Building boxes are cool and fun, and yeah. And
I remember when I came here the first time, we built a box for 412s.
Oh yeah.
And the G box.
That was why we don't have wood anymore.
The G box.
We only have plastic plates.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I built plenty of boxes. It's just not the business model for this particular store right now. Paul, just, it's not what he wants to get into. We don't really have the facility to, we don't have the, so.
Space.
Space is a key. And sawdust is messy and it goes everywhere. We have vacuums, we have air filtration. We've tried, it still just makes everything covered in sawdust.
And because we have one bay.
It's a mess. So basically every time we cut a piece of wood or try to build a box, we have to pull everything out, clean it, and put everything back in because it's just a mess. And I hate a messy, sawdusty.
Some people don't care, but like.
But yeah, a lot of people do. You know, you bring your car in and I get it covered in sawdust. So until we can actually have a facility that doesn't share the same airspace, as it were. See, the nice thing about plastic is heavy. So as soon as you cut a piece of plastic, it falls right to the ground. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Yes,
so,
it is.
You know, if we didn't need a waiting room, then we could just do it up there. But apparently I don't get a say in that. So moving on.
We can cut it.
Does anyone make 2 in 6 out for power and ground? 2 in 6 out.
Anyone make 2 in 6 out for power and ground? Distribution block.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. I'm just trying to think.
6 out.
I mean, you could have Steve make you a fuse holder any size you want, but
I don't think they make 2 and 6 out.
I don't think they make 2 and 6 out.
No,
I mean,
no.
I'm trying to think of that company that makes all the weird stuff.
Yeah.
I don't honestly know. I know
Steve,
Stinger
you
doesn't.
can make you one.
Yeah. Well, he'll make you a fuse box. Do you think a 2006 Chrysler 300C has enough room for 6 12-inch kicker? Else, are you taking it on the back seat? I mean, hey, you know, they invented a shoehorn for something.
I'm sure they. Yeah.
In the trunk, that's gonna be tight. You could do the T's. You could definitely fit the T's for sure because they take no airspace. But I don't know about that. That would be tough. Wow. Have you used the T-Spec speaker wire? I just wired tweeters with it. It's pretty great stuff. High quality, recommended. Yeah, I mean, it's wire. As long as that's the Metro stuff. I mean, I wouldn't see why it would be bad. I mean, we use the Stinger stuff just because we've always used it. But
what's up, Mel?
I'm not married to it. Well, unless Mel's selling it to me, in which case then I'm married to it because it's Stinger, so I have to. Almost an hour, guys. Yes, it is, Christian. It's actually at a minute and a half from an hour, which means we're going to wrap up the show. D&F Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools that we use for our installation, as well as Teespring/store/5 stars place you can go to get shirts like this. This one will be up tonight.
Yep.
Late tonight. And Patreon, if you want to support the show. We've totally neglected the podcast for like the past 2 months, so sorry about that.
We're trying to, man.
We have a schedule now, so we're going to get everything back into the... You can blame Knowledge Fest for screwing everything up. That whole installer of the year hoo-ha just totally derailed us in summer. And make excuses because excuses are fun.
Yeah.
I need a haircut. All right, guys, listen, it's Monday, which means we got a whole week ahead of us. I know it's depressing. Look on the bright side, though. This weekend, if you're here in the U.S. and your boss is cool, you get Monday off. You know what that means? There'll be no show next Monday, but there will be a show Saturday.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for Saturday when we come back live at 6 o'clock on YouTube. Lots of fun and excitement.
Bye, Casey.
Of course, don't forget 5 minutes of 5-star every day. You get to learn cool things about brands like the UFO from Morel. Ooh. Integra. Just saying,
still waiting.
buddy. He's going to still wait for you to put it in my car, in your car.
Okay, never mind.
All right.
You have time. Yeah. See you guys.
Bye. End the show.